Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Black Box Engineering. I wanted to do a bit of and get back into showing you updates in my Satisfactory game. I'm just gonna focus on big additions to my game rather than the small stuff. I think it just makes better content. So I've been working on a power generation upgrade, since I'm gonna need a lot more moving parts with making big factories. I mean, I already have. I had I don't know. I'm trying to remember before I added my new power. Somewhere around 12 gigawatts of power, maybe more. It's a little. Anyway, I can't quite remember what it was before. But I've been working on this plant in the central area, and not only did I just make a basic power generation thing, I did put some effort into making it look cool. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you this real quick. So let's just start up the game here. I can show you other things too, so. So, bouncing off of this area here, I have a coal machine for the bauxite stuff, as well as going down below, and I found another coal node down that way, because I need to make compacted coal for turbo fuel plant. And let's just say that I did a lot of work off screen. So here is my new power plant, and I think this can technically provide by itself, based off of the numbers here. I think it can provide 12 gigawatts of power. Let me make sure that's accurate. So, but let's just kind of run through. Let's have a rundown of what's going on here. So I've got my pure crude oil node here set at full 600 meters cubed per minute extraction rate, and then I also had to add a 300 meter cube per minute node on this normal oil spot. I have the pipe running around the side of this little assembly setup I made here. So I've got my pipe coming through and running up the back of this, up to 2 industrial buffers, and then so on. So I've got my sulfur coming in from down up on that hill over there. I think I have that fully overclocked as well, so that I can get the maximum amount of sulfur as possible out of this node. I think this one's a normal sulfur node, so let me just double check that really quick here. I know it's clipping through the ground, but I don't really care about that too much. Yeah, it's a normal node, and I'm just overclocking both to maximum amounts. I'll show you all of this as soon as I explain what's going on with the compacted coal. So I made kind of like a sub factory with 12 assemblers taking coal and sulfur into this little rectangular spot, and I made a blueprint actually of a vertical compatible assembly blueprint. So I've got 3 on the bottom with the splitters kind of spread top and bottom like this, and then same thing on the other side. And then I've got 2 floor holes going up to the next level so that we can continue to move up in space. And technically speaking, I could make this tileable, meaning I could go further up if I absolutely had to, considering that I do need a lot more power. But it's the same setup, it's just obviously kind of reversed, just for fun. And then I just kind of wanted to make this building kind of look cool, so I added a little bit of a flair to the design, just to kind of make it look modern in a way. So then this is creating my compacted coal for the system. From that pipe here, using Mark II pipe, I'm splitting off into 2 industrial buffers like I said, and then each industrial buffer then goes to 5 refineries, which is making the fuel. And I have these overclocked to I have them overclocked to 150% so that I can get 600 meters cubed per minute out of the 10 refineries. And then as you can see, I've got the residue going to a I forget what these are called. What are they called? Awesome Sink. Because I don't really have a use for that stuff right now. So yeah, this is producing a total of 600 meters cubed per minute of regular fuel. And then each time I have something on the ground, I pump it up to make kind of like a water tower effect, so that I don't have to deal with like more pumps. It's just a better way to do this. So I pump this up to this floor, 2 industrial buffers again, and these are completely full. And then I have 18 total refineries, but each industrial buffer is technically running 9 at a time. And as of right now, I forgot to mention this, the compacted coal part of the factory here is getting a output of 300 compacted coal per minute total. So based on that limitation, I have to overclock this exactly at the right way to just meet that requirement. So I think it's around, yeah, it's approximately 20. It's a little bit more. So 20 times 18, I'm getting 360, basically 360 meters cubed per minute of turbo fuel on the output. And I've got my compacted coal coming off like this. I put little beams to make it look a little bit nicer. So I've got turbo fuel coming down and meeting up at this junction here, and then I pump it all the way up, and this is, I'm calling this the Tower of Power, because you can kind of tell why. So at the very top, I've got my industrial buffer full of turbo fuel. I didn't conserve my fuel there properly. So this is completely full, and yeah. So the input part way down there is just coming straight up, and then I thought to myself, well, why not make it look a little bit more cool by having it spiral down the column? And I thought, yeah, that looks pretty neat. And then so that's what I did first, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to completely like I didn't want to just add pipes to the column, to this water tower looking thing. So instead of just having pipes and I brought these out so I don't intersect. I usually don't like intersecting with things. So besides pipes, I also added these neat little branches carrying power generators. I have 6 of them on this tower looking thing, and I think that just kind of looks really neat. I like the way that this spirals all the way down, and then so this kind of looks more unique in this section of the world like this. And then I've got a more typical layout over here. I've got 8 fuel generators down below. And then I also run this back up to the second level so that I can do like a proper like grid design of power generators. On this particular plane of power generators, I have a total right now anyway of 4, 8, 12, 16, 24 generators running off of things. So that makes 6 plus 8 plus 24, right? Oops, not that many. I have 38 generators running off of this one system, and based off of the complete generation of turbo fuel, and that was 20 times 18, 360 divided by 7.5. I can go up to 48 generators off of this one system, which would give me, so 48 times 250, almost 20 gigawatts of power. So yeah, and I haven't even hit, yeah, like I said, I haven't hit my benchmark even based off of all that. Let's see, how many do I have left? 6 plus 8 plus 4, 38. So I've got like approximately 10 left. So yeah, huge addition to my power system. Right now I'm sitting at a nice approximately around 25 gigawatts of power, and I'm only using 12 gigawatts. Well, no, sorry, not even that. This is just max consumption. Not all of my machines are running all the time. I'm only using 5 like at most 5 gigawatts. And the reason that it's fluctuating so much, I did look at like my other power systems in this world. They're not malfunctioning. It's the thermal generator down by the massive factory that I made that is going up and down. I mean, it adds a lot. It adds plenty of power. It's just it makes the system look unstable and all that. So off of screen, I also completed at least one of the objectives of phase 4. In terms of factory, I didn't change too much of that. I did add a couple things over at the main base, so I'm gonna run over there real quick. Might as well show what I can. Let's go by hypertube it. I don't want to have to run all the way back. I'll probably just speed this part up. It does take a while to get places in my world, but not too bad. And I don't think I'll be working with the experimental build, unfortunately. I kind of want to wait till that is fully released. I've put too much work into this world, and I don't want to potentially just ruin this. So I've expanded my Deuterium wire factory a little bit here, and then I'm sending some of this down this way. I've added more copper ingot generation or production. I also added more main power branches down to the factory. I kind of want to keep my power on the main branch, and then everything else that I connect to it on the sub branches, so I don't have a problem with like, let's say if I go over, and I don't want all of my stuff to shut down, otherwise it'll have a have a difficult time starting up again. So I've got my stuff coming down here like before. The only thing I really added here, and I'm having a hard time remembering if I've shown at least the supercomputer assembly, the manufacturers over here. I've got all 4 parts coming over here. Plastic is like the biggest demand out of this. I've got 2 manufacturers here, and it did take a couple of days to fill this, but I have a big storage of supercomputers now, so those will be good for later. When this thing is running, plastic is one of the big things that kind of trips up the whole system, because these particular components take up a lot of plastic, and my little oil field down in on the beach is, I mean, I can add more to it, but it just I can only go so far with it. So I didn't change much of this. This is kind of the same. So I'm just gonna show you. I have some plans for adding particular parts with the copper over here. I think I'm making ingots on this, and then ingots over here as well for iron. I think I wanted to make a steel factory. I don't know what I'm going to do with the parts yet, so maybe not steel, but more iron and copper parts, basically. So the one thing I did do here is I brought out my my quartz and my SAM, and then I'm bringing it over to right now an industrial buffer together. So, like, those are the biggest things that I've added to my world. I don't think I really changed much over in the oil fields, but I might as well just go over. No, never mind. Yeah, I didn't change anything over there. So, yeah, I kind of wanted to show you the cool power plant I designed. I just wanted to make something look cool for once. This is looking very interesting. The open factory design looks massive. I'm not super good at coming up with a visual way to do things, so at least with these factory, like the parts stuff is a little bit harder for me to visualize, but I do want to try my hand on making things look better. So feel free to drop a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.